Welcome to our notes on 2x2 and 3x3 determinants. Students will be able to find the determinant of 2x2 and 3x3 matrices without a calculator. The determinant of a matrix is a special number that can be calculated from a square matrix n by n. The determinant of matrix A is denoted as the absolute value of A. Those absolute value symbols will mean just the absolute value of numbers, but means the determinant when it comes to matrices. It also means magnitude when it comes to vectors. The determinant is used for various applications, such as finding the inverse of a matrix. To find the determinant of a 2x2 matrix, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this diagonal together, so A times D, and we're going to subtract this diagonal from it. And that is the determinant of a 2x2 matrix. You will get a single number. So here's an example. We're going to find the determinant of this matrix here. So first I'm going to let you know I'm going to find it by saying the absolute value instead of just regular matrix symbols. Okay, so I'm going to take A times D. So A is -1, D is -5. I'm going to subtract B, which happens to be -5, times C, which is 4. This will be 5 minus -20, meaning that is 25. The determinant of this matrix is 25. Now you try example 2. To find the determinant of a 3x3 matrix, you have to take on a few extra steps. So, for convenience of teaching you how this works, I've actually rewritten the matrix 3 times here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to circle A. And I'm going to cross off everything in the same row and column as A. So I'm going to write A here, and it's going to be A times the determinant of everything I did not cross off. And then I'm going to circle B, cross off everything in its row and everything in its column. And I'm going to do the same thing here. D, F, G, I. And then lastly, I'm going to circle C, cross off everything in its row and everything in its column. D, E, G, H. And now it takes on the pattern of plus, minus, plus. So the first one is plus, the second one is minus, and the last one is plus. And so if I wanted to go all the way down to the formula itself, I'm just going to say this is A times EI minus FH minus B times DI minus FG plus C times DH minus EG. And so this will give us our determinant of a 3x3 matrix. So here's an example. It says find the determinant of the matrix. So if I do that, I'm actually not going to draw it 3 times. I'm just going to hope that you remember what the process is. I don't expect you to write it 3 times, but if you need to in order to make sure you didn't miss anything, then you do that. So the first one, I'm going to have 6 times the determinant of 3, 5, 7, 2 minus 1 times the determinant of -2, 5, -9, 2 plus -4 times the determinant of -2, 3, -9, 7. Now that's going to be 6 times 3 times 2 minus 5 times 7 minus 1 -2 times 2 minus 5 times -9, then plus -4. You're going to do 2 times 7 minus 3 times negative 9. Okay, if I were you, I'd put all that in a calculator, and then what you'll get is negative 267. That is the determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix. Why don't you try example 4? I'll show you how to check your work using your calculator. So if you go ahead and, clear everything in your home screen, go ahead, click second, and then this button right here, it's the x to the negative 1. And now we're in our matrix list. So in order to put a matrix in here, we have to scroll over to edit, and then I'm going to put the matrix in example 3 in matrix A here. So I'm going to press enter. It was a 3 by 3, so I'm going to tell it to do a 3 by 3 matrix. And now I can just go ahead and type things in. So it was 6, enter, 1, enter, negative 4, enter, negative 2, enter, 3, enter, 5, enter, negative 9, enter, 7, enter, 2, enter. Is you want to actually quit to the home screen, so go press second mode to quit and go back to the home screen. Now we're going to go back into our matrix list by clicking on second, x to the negative 1. We are back here. Scroll to your math, and you're going to select DET, the very first one. DET means determinant, so I'm going to press enter for that option. I'm going to go right back into the matrix, and I'm going to call the matrix under names. So we want to call matrix A so that we can find it. And then go ahead and press enter, and there you see we got negative 267. So if you wanted to find determinants of matrices much larger than 3 by 3s, the calculator is a good way to go. And here you can check your work now. So go ahead and use it to check your work in example 4, but make sure you do it by hand.